Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 5 Halloween reward tank, the Medjay. This vehicle is quite possibly the most overpowered Tier 5 that Wargaming has ever released. Why? Well, it's all down to the gun. It carries a 4-shell autoloader with 110 damage each shot and a 2-second interclip. This is a Tier 5. It's not a Tier 6 or even a Tier 7. It's a Tier 5 that does 440 damage. Imagine you get into a battle against Tier 4s, and you just go bye-bye to their health. As well, you're a heavy tank with a decent chunk of hit points, pretty good armor, and its mobility, well, its mobility is good and bad. It has a good power to weight, at least getting up to top speed, it gets up there to 35, and that's about it, because the traverse speed is atrocious, and the turret traverse is atrocious. So really all you're going for is the top speed in a straight line. Just keep that in mind when using this vehicle, not to overexpose yourself, because its reverse speed is not great, and you're not going to be doing too well if enemies do flank you. Up against us, what do we have? Well, when it comes to heavies, we have an AT2. I kind of count that as heavy. A Matilda Black Prince, I actually think is counted as a medium. Yeah, they don't have a heavy. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say about that. I'm going to go towards base B. That way, if the enemy team goes all to C, then I can cut through B, go up to C, and yeah, that should do the job. So here we go, Speed. Now, when it comes to the looks of this tank, I actually think it looks pretty nice. It's way better looking than the Pharaoh, which is honestly kind of sad. And I gotta say, on levels of overpoweredness, this tank beats the Pharaoh by quite a bit. This is honestly a better main reward than the Pharaoh. Although I would say the Pharaoh is a pretty good tank. I think Wargaming did a good job of making a vehicle that's not incredibly broken, and will also be somewhat fun for people to play in. So we got the Sherman Firefly off to the side. There's one shell for 108. Oh, there's a miss. I will say the dispersion on this gun is awful. It's like 0.4. So you really want to use this tank in the front line. If you don't, that right there is going to be your picture of where your shots are going to be going. So we have captured base B, and now we're going to start making our way up the hill. We got the MT-25 over here, and unfortunately it seems like our team is bleeding quite a bit, so yeah, I gotta be careful about that, but nice shell. And let's see, is the Rover right over here? Oh, yes, he is. Come here, Rover. I want to play. Speed. Oh, yes, this is what I'm talking about. One shell into the Rover, 2 shells into the Rover, and dead. Perfect. Okay, we do have the STRV over here, which is a pretty deadly tank, I gotta be real. And then the Wolverine shot us as well. So we lost a pretty decent chunk of our HP in just a very short amount of time, but there's not really much I can do about that. Let's reload. We got a couple seconds left. We just got to bounce one shell from this guy. Come on. Bounce me once. You can do it. Yes! That's all I needed right there. Beautiful. And my KV helped me. I'm actually going to say thanks. Perfect. Okay. So, oh, no. Back up. Okay. We should be fine here. This should be a perfect position for us. And this guy is a little dumb because he's shooting at me instead of the tanks rushing him. So now he's dead. All right, fine with me. All they got left is an AT2 and a Matilda. By the way, remember when I said the turret traverse is bad? Yeah, you can see where the turret traverse is not very fun. But again, it doesn't really matter all that much. So we got the AT2 and the Matilda. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive this way, because it looks like they're both going to be aiming that way. Hello, Mr. Matilda. There's a bounce on your side. Interesting. There's a nice pen for 122. 2 nice pens, and there you go. That's 300 damage we just took off of his vehicle. We haven't done really any damage. We've only dealt about 900, but to be fair, this is a Tier 6 battle. And being in a Tier 5 as a Tier 6 tank battle, this is not the most exciting thing, I can tell you that for a fact. But you can already see some snippets of where this gun can definitely be pretty dang strong. Imagine you just roll up to a Tier 5 heavy, and let's say it's a T1 heavy. Boom, 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 boom. And then it's down 440 health and hits you for like 160 damage. We did third on our team. One thing I always got to keep in mind is that Tier 5 damage is a lot different than like tier 7 or even tier 8. I mean, in tier 7, I can probably average in an okay vehicle around 2,400. So it's just something you got to get used to when playing such a low tier, the damage disparity. All right, here we are. Second game, once again, unfortunately, up against tier 6s. Out of the... How many games have I played in this tank? Maybe 8 or 9. I have played tier 6s every single battle. Yeah, pretty unfortunate. Pretty unfortunate. But obviously there's not much I can do about matchmaking screwing me over. That is just wargaming going... The good news is that it's tier 5. So, I mean, if you really get mad about doing bad in tier 5, I'm not really sure what to say about your mental state there. So, enemy team has tanks. 7 of them, to be exact. The ones that I'm worried about, KV-1S, 400 Alpha, pretty nasty. I'm only at tier 5 again, and one single shell from a KV-1S can bring me down half health. So, yeah, not a tank I am necessarily fond of fighting. We got a Medjay right in front and a Jackson off to the side. As well, we just got shot by a Cromwell all the way off to the side. There's one night... don't you love teammates? Well, at least we got the other shells out. In total, we've already dealt 303 damage, which is pretty good, I gotta be honest. Let's just reload, 7 more seconds, and then we'll have another 4 shells ready for the taking. So we got the STRV off to the side, aiming, and there's 1 pen into his vehicle. Doesn't look like we're gonna get any more, but that's fine. Let's aim it on you. There's a premium shell, and there's another nice shot. Nice bounce, and let's see if I can bait one more. Come on. You know you want to. You know, honestly, I'm going to be smart about this. I'm going to just pretend like, obviously, I have a shell, and then I'm going to wait for my clip to reload. That way, yes, that is perfect. Oh, ho, ho. You're going to get pooped on a second here. Oh, yes, this is what I'm talking about. 1, and a 2, and a 3. Oh, baby, this is what I'm talking about. Aw, really? We didn't get the 4th one? That sucks. I mean, we still got 300 damage off of his vehicle, which, once again... is a lot for a tier 5 tank. It's just that I'm trying to get that 4th one out. So at this point, we still got that STRV camping all the way in the corner. I mean, he's not really much of a threat. That shell doesn't look like it went where I aimed. That shell doesn't look like it went where I aimed. That shell does. That shell actually looks like it went where I aimed, and so did that one. So maybe we penned at least 1 on him, I'm hoping. KV-1S is off to the side. Jackson is dead. Ow. You poob. That hurt. That hurt quite a bit. And there's the STRV still sitting back there. I mean, the Hellcat doesn't really worry me too much. The dude's only got 102 health. If he just pokes this... okay. Interesting. I didn't know that the Hellcat had good armor. The more you know, ladies and gentlemen. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're going to die. Well, it wasn't my shell that hit him. I again will definitely say the accuracy of this gun is the big downside. You will miss a lot of your shells in this tank. Unfortunate, but definitely the case. So we got the Cromwell Berlin off to the side. Come on, give me a bounce. Give me a bounce. There's 2 pens. Come on. 3 pens. And... I don't know why he didn't shoot me. That was a really bad idea. He definitely could have. Yeah, he basically just let me get a full clip onto him. I'm not going to complain. We're doing pretty good. You got to remember that these are tier 6 games. Tier 5s normally do absolutely awful against tier 6s. So the fact that we're actually doing this good of a job already showcases just how busted, in my opinion, this tank is. I mean, we might have done somewhere on the topper part of our team when it comes to damage, which is already pretty decent if you ask me. Let's take a look. 1,362 damage dealt, and let's see, when it comes to my team, yeah, so that was second, so not bad at all. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Obviously, if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.